Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
Our Next 250 Years, Representation and Influence by Charles Patton is a wide-ranging civic examination of American democracy, framed around the question of whether the structures built in the 18th century still give ordinary citizens meaningful influence in a country of hundreds of millions. Patton begins with representation, especially the fixed size of the House, the diluted population to representative ratio, and the distance between citizens and Congress, then moves through lobbying, campaign finance, constitutional history, local and state government, rights, property, privacy, political parties, media distortion, declining population, term limits, the courts, and concentrated wealth. The book is less a partisan argument than a sustained plea for citizens to understand power before they surrender it or try to reform it. What I found most effective is the book's insistence that democracy isn't kept alive by sentiment alone. Patton repeatedly brings the reader back to structure: who has access, who benefits, who pays, and what limits prevent abuse. His discussion of the 435-member House cap gives the argument a concrete center, turning an abstract complaint about feeling unheard into a measurable problem of scale. The proposed regional representation model, with smaller, citizen-connected bodies feeding public concerns upward, is interesting because it doesn't treat reform as spectacle. It imagines democracy as a system of channels that must be maintained, cleaned, and made visible. The same grounded quality appears in the sections on lobbyists, super PACs, dark money, and the revolving door, where the emotional force comes not from outrage, but from accumulation. The reader feels the imbalance because the details keep pressing in. The writing is plain-spoken and earnest, with the cadence of a citizen's notebook expanded into a constitutional primer. Patton is strongest when he lets moral unease meet practical explanation, as in the chapters on power, liberty, and government control of behavior. There's a sincere discomfort in the way he asks what government means when it taxes harmful industries while claiming to protect public welfare, or when it invokes security while expanding surveillance and control. Some sections move quickly from historical context to policy recommendation without lingering over counterarguments as deeply as they might. Still, that expansiveness is also part of its character. Patton is trying to map a whole civic weather system, not isolate a single storm. Our Next 250 Years, Representation and Influence is a reflective and practical-minded book about the fragility of self-government and the responsibility citizenship demands. It argues that reform should preserve the constitutional foundation while confronting the modern pressures that have bent representation toward money, access, party machinery, and institutional inertia. Its best audience is readers who are worried about American democracy but want more than slogans, especially citizens, students, discussion groups, and politically engaged readers looking for a broad, accessible framework for thinking about representation, rights, and power. It's a serious book for readers who still believe the system can be repaired, but who don't want repair confused with complacency.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.